The battle for number 10, won by Starmer in 2024, but it's now gearing up again. The race not officially underway, but rival Wes Streeting and Andy Burnham firing the starting gun on a Prime Minister determined to soldier on. After days of tension, Wes Streeting finally resigned from Starmer's government, writing he had lost confidence in the Prime Minister's leadership and it would be dishonourable and unprincipled to remain as Health Secretary as he heavily criticised his former boss. Where we need vision, we have a vacuum. Where we need direction, we have drift. Streeting stopped short on pulling the trigger on a leadership challenge right now, but he told Keir Starmer he would not be the one to lead Labour into the next general election. The Prime Minister steadfast, signalling he'd plough on, saying in a letter to Wes Streeting that Labour had made a promise to turn the page on the chaos that was roundly rejected by the British people at the last general election. But Starmer's landslide win now long past and his success long forgotten. Former Safeguarding Minister and Wes Streeting ally Jess Phillips for the first time talked about her decision to resign on Tuesday. You said Starmer's a good man, but you also, and you said that in your letter, but you also said he doesn't have the drive, the fight. You said, have a row, push back, make arguments, bring people along. Standing up and being counted can't always be workshopped. Politics is as much about feelings as policy, especially at the moment. What do you think he's just too robotic, he can't connect, he doesn't bring passion? What were you getting at there?
What I think that he lacks and his operation lacks is the drive to get anything done with the gusto that is needed in a time like it's like we run an analogue government in a digital world.
What do you think of Andy?
There's a sort of level of entitlement that I feel like I'll just have X, Y and Z seat. I don't know, I'm really rooted in the place where I represent maybe. And so I always think that it doesn't look great playing a sort of Game of Thrones.
The throne soon materialising in the seat of Makerfield.
As your MP, I will put Makerfield at the heart of a UK government led by Keir Starmer.
With former Minister Josh Simons announcing early evening he was stepping down as the MP to let Andy Burnham run for Parliament. But the path to Westminster not clear-cut. It's understood the PM won't block Burnham's attempt to stand, but Reform just won big in the local elections in this part of the North West. As the news of Simons standing down broke, Cabinet loyalist Pat McFadden came out to bat for his boss. The Prime Minister has lost the support of nearly a quarter of the Parliamentary Labour Party. He's lost a Cabinet Minister. There's been 4 ministerial resignations. Whether for all the goodwill in the world and the best intentions he wants to continue as Prime Minister, can you hand on heart say that he can command the confidence of the Labour Party anymore? I mean, the writing's on the wall, isn't it?
It's been a dramatic week, but I think he can continue. He wants to continue, and he wants to do the job he was elected to do.
Is he going to stand at the next election as Prime Minister for Labour?
He's got every right to do that. He was elected on a 5-year mandate. It's 3 years away, but I believe he wants to continue.
Starmer may want to carry on, but he's fast running out of road. Too weak to block Burnham's run for Parliament. The Prime Minister's fate is now beyond his control. 2 leadership rivals have shown their hand, and Keir Starmer is now in the midst of a protracted and painful leadership crisis that could drag on for months. There are plenty of MPs who don't want the civil war Labour's now in, or their leader embroiled in the chaos he promised to end. This a government that promised change, now paralysed. Beth Rigby, Sky News.
So, Beth, we've heard potentially from the challengers, as would be. Who's speaking up for the Prime Minister?
Well, Pat McFadden. Poor Pat McFadden was sort of dispatched on the round, and he literally came on to do the round as the news broke, so he was really kind of rifting in the moment. Look, to be fair to the Prime Minister, we've heard a lot of noise today from those that would want to challenge him, but actually he does have over 100 MPs that have publicly come out to support him. He has about 8 or 9 cabinet ministers on my last count that are publicly taken to the airways to support him. So this is not a sort of asymmetrical battle. It is a running battle between two parts of the party and divisions. There are divisions in his cabinet. Shabana Mahmood, the Home Secretary, has told him to set out a timetable. Ed Miliband, the Energy Secretary, has privately told him this. Wes Streeting now resigning. But he is helped by the fact that the party is split. The problem he's got is, I would argue, that if you lose the confidence of 90 of your backbenchers, which is nearly a quarter of the parliamentary party, you've got 4 resignations, a cabinet resignation, you just can't command the confidence of your party into the long term. And so I think that's where, for Starmer, as much as he wishes it wasn't the case and he would like to carry on, I think the momentum is moving against him, and I think that will just build and build and build. And I think fundamentally what he actually needs to happen is for Labour to improve in the polls, for the economic outlook to improve, so people feel a bit better off. So if that change message that he promised in 2024 has some tangible basis in everyone's reality, but he's now hamstrung because the chaos in the party and the paralysis, therefore, in his government, it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that he's not the right leader. So it's a really, really, I think it's going to be a very turbulent time now, while we wait to see if Burnham can come back and then whether a leadership race will be triggered, which I think it will. The test for Burnham, though, is can he win the seat? Reform won all of the 8 council seats in that part of the world in the local elections. If he can win it, then he comes back to Westminster as, I am the guy that can save Labour from a reform government, which is what a lot of MPs are worried about. They said to me, as Jess Phillips in that interview said, we're handing reform, we're handing the government, we're handing the country to reform if we don't change Starmer. And that is quite a pervasive view now across many MPs, particularly those in the Red Wall.